So, jump in, buddy. Start with this, guys. We've got a couple of objectives from the full guard, and one of the things that we try and get is to make my partner offside. We've got a couple of ways to do this. One of the things is that I'll move my body offside, right, which we're going to come to in a second, how to work that out. And number two is I simply drag the arm across. So the way that I got taught to do this was the two hands go onto the one sleeve, hip up, pull and grip. So we're trying to keep the tension on top of the body, so it's harder for my partner to pull the arm out. And every time that they do, they've got to kind of lift the head up to get the arm out. No one's going to stay tight to me and try and pull the arm out because there's no space. So what I try to do is, as they lift their head up, we'll try to move to the side to start the rollover. So the biggest issue that you have sometimes is that when you're here is trying to drag the arm across. And this one, the red times, is I want to do the main concept, which is my head goes down, my hips go high, and at the pinnacle, I'm just trying to drag it under. So I'm trying to cross the wrist or the forearm over the other arm. So this will help prevent it from being able to use it as opposed to across the body. Where if I simply come here, they can put their hand onto my shoulder and push and get posture. Yeah, or other hands, if I've got this here, you're just going to go, yeah, right, you know. And whether it's over the top or the bottom, they can still attack. So what I try and do for me is I try and go head onto the ground, umpa, grip break, and try and push it over. And what I'm doing is my right hand keeps the tension on it, pushing it down past the knee line. My left hand comes over, nice and tight. They may realise that they're susceptible to the sweep. So what I need to do is I need to make sure that to stop him from moving, I just start to slowly move my body first. Right. So I'm in a really good position to keep my partner offside. As long as I'm on the shoulder line, right, it's better. I do have the option to grab the belt, but what happens is sometimes when I grab the belt, there's no tension on the shoulders or the head, they can simply sit up. So what I do like to do once again, hip bump, head onto the ground, transfer the hand over, keep the tension on my right hand, so keep it pinned over the shoulders and move my head. So I'm putting their head onto my left hand side, the side that I'm sweeping them. Okay, lift my leg in the air, and that's going to help get to the mount position with the arm trap. So it's a really nice way to get to a good dominant position, and I still have the arm exposed. Have that for your time? Mm-hmm. Okay, Ian, just so you can feel what we're doing. And you're going to be inside my full guard. You like being my guard? Okay. So once again, guys, as a general rule, I normally hit the sweep to my left hand side, to my partner's right side, because I generally have the hand backwards to open up my legs and to pass the guard. So I find it's easy to get access to this hand. Sometimes on this one here, it's quite hard to because the elbows dug in nice and deep. So from here, a little bit of a hip bump, transfer, and I'm pushing, and I keep the tension, and I'll grip. Now what I need to do is I need to make sure that my head's not this side, it's on this side here. How do I do it? Feet on the ground, walk my head, lift my leg. Come over, but when I come to the top, I'm super tight and I have the arm pinned. I don't want to let it go. So it's pinned into the top position. But my knee's up off the ground, so I'm driving into my partner. My knee goes on the ground, my weight's distributed. So I try and keep that knee up, so there's a lot of tension on my partners, make it really hard for them. Now I know which way they're going to roll me, which means I will take them out position. 1, 2, 3. Go, guys. We're doing this sweep. Shoulder inside my guard, please. Right, so everything's exactly the same. And what we want to do from here is the 2-on-1. Head goes on the ground, hips come high, right? So I'm going to pull the arm first, like I'm trying to get rid of the tension. That will make his body come forward. Because if I just try and move it, sometimes I've got a pretty good grip and this is quite hard to do. So I want to make sure, number one, I don't punch myself in the face, I'm taking it over my shoulder. And number two, it helps if I turn my shoulders just a fraction. So as I bridge, turn my shoulders, grip right here and here. So what happens is my head's generally on the wrong side to start with. So if I open up my legs now, I'm going to find it very hard for my partner very hard to sweep my partner. Because my legs are going to pin that leg, and this is like, you know, even though it's a bit of a battle, I can't sweep him that way because he's got my legs pinned down. So what I want to do for me, if you think about this way, is I'll go umpa, put my head to the side. Now what I'm saying, I'm going to let go of the arms. when people are doing this, right, they try and kick their partner over with that leg. It actually doesn't do anything, right? So what I want to do is my leg goes towards my head. So I'm taking my knee up underneath him as far as I can because I want to take him over my shoulder, not across the body. So what was happening with you two guys when you were trying to do it, not picking on you guys, but you're trying to kick him over the side, you're trying to take his weight off you and take him over the top. Specifically when the person, sorry Michael, is if the person's inside the guard, once again, like head onto the ground, head, turn, boom, pa, boom, transfer from his. So what I want to do is I'll plant my foot because it's very hard for him to attack that leg. Take my foot as far as I can towards his hand. So this foot, up. And now, from here, scissor to take the top and my weight's over my partner. So I want to make sure that when I'm here, my chest is behind the shoulder, but my knees up off the ground. And I keep the pressure. Right. I do like to hold this grip. I've seen some people come under to get the arm bar, etc. The downfall about it is if I let go of it, he can move it. So if I keep this pinned, this is better for me, and I'm trying to pin it to my leg. So Sheldon pulls the arm out. 1, 2, 3. This would be the best case scenario that's going to happen, right? It's something that I think if you can get this, you're either going to get the consolidated mount or the submission. We're going to go for the submission straight away, so it's a little bit of a flow drill. This is super high percentage, like super high percentage, but it's a lot of pinning with our arms to get what we want to do. Okay, Ian, come into my guard, please, buddy. Okay, so we're going to start exactly the same thing as before, right? So close guard, full guard. The hand that's at the front position, or the closest to me, is the hand that I'm attacking. So much point trying to attack this hand here. Okay, head goes on the ground, Ompa, turn my shoulders slightly so I'm not dead flat, I'm offside a little bit. Pull, rehash, switch, control. Okay, foot goes on the ground, so my left foot goes on the ground. Turn my head, so I'm at 90 degrees. Try and take my foot to my hand, so try and take my foot to my hand. Oh, now this is the hardest part. Once we're here, boom, put all your weight onto the arm. The other arm. So the beautiful thing about it is that I'll trap the arm off the sweep, and they're generally going to go want my arm back, so they're going to generally try to pull the arm out, which gives me the arm bar. The issue is if I miss it, I'll lose the sweep position and I'll lose the mount position. So this is what I'm saying, it's like, it's the risk versus reward. If you've set the arm bar up properly, it's a high percentage. If you don't have the arm bar set, you're going to lose pretty much all the hard work that you've put in. So for me, okay, so Ompa, boom, transfer, head, switch my leg, so cupping nice and deep, boom, over. So what I try and do for me is I try and punch down and 2 hands onto one. What this enables me to do, it enables me to climb up because there's a space behind the shoulder. Does that kind of make sense? So I can kind of go like knee and foot and lift. So right now, I know my partner's generally going to go and defend, you know, the arm bar from here. Right. So anytime that they, here, hold your big, just push it off. I'm not striking, it's just a little bit of a forceful push.
So what's the mechanism for doing it?
So I'm just using my right hand to push your elbow, and I'm going to pull at the same time. Now, I got told to do this with my legs. I find this really hard to get my leg like in here, and also I've taken my weight off my partner. So what I like to do is like to attack. And if my partner's super strong, go on to the wrist and just pull the wrist, get the arm bar. So do both arms together. So if my partner, right, is here, number 1, too strong. Number 2, the wrist is hidden, I can't get it, hold. Sit back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't like that.
So, like I said to you, like, I don't want to rush the arm bar, If they defend it, I'm in a really good position to capitalise on it. Right, so no matter how they defend it within reason, I can attack. Did that feel like a wrist lock?
No, that was on that forearm.
Okay, let's do it again. I've got to get a wrist lock in for the video, buddy. I'm sorry, it's mandatory. Okay, so umpa, boom, here, break your partner down, head to the side, switch it. Yes, you can. Boom, punch it, climb up underneath. Boom, foot comes up, armbar from here. Right, go onto it and just start to attack. There's your wrist lock. If you want the wrist lock. Okay. So from here, this is the key. Hold your key. Be in defense. So for me, this is the safest one I know. It's just get rid of it. Not really easy. The second thing about it is, if Ian is really good at jiu-jitsu and starts to defend this arm, rolls this arm down and in, switch. Oh, other. You have the other arm. Okay, guys. Sweet. Yeah, you're good. Just lay down. Okay. Just with the armbar, right? And I had this conversation quite a fair bit. It's about applying your weight and your balance point so you don't compromise either, and it's quite hard to do. So we understand. I have the armbar. So number one is what I see people do is there's two fundamental mistakes that people make on the armbar. Number one is the far leg. So if I'm going to armbar on my left side, the far leg will be on the right side. What I see people do is a step up here. The downfall of that is my hip line versus the shoulder line's too far. So this is generally one where we kind of go armbar and we sit and we lose the elbow. This is that one where we're kind of, and then like we've got that fight where, you know, you try and rub his forearm against your groin and he's trying to pull it out, you know, and this is a really bad battle. So number one is, I do want to get my hips 90 degrees or as close to the shoulder and the elbow as I can. The downfall about that one is that I lose my balance because I'm up so high, if it bridges, I can fall off. So I need to have this compromise, this little area inside the game. So here, number one is what we're going to do. We're going to do the opposite. We're going to take our left knee behind the shoulder, first of all. So I take my left knee behind the shoulder. So right now, all the weight's behind the elbow. I take my right foot up as far as I can. And now this is I lean this way. So this will mean that I can bring my leg without falling off. Anytime that this knee's facing the ceiling, my weight goes down. So this knee has to be windscreen wipe open for my hips to be able to move that way. And I want to be heavy. I want to put my weight on my partner. I want them to kind of go get off me and push, which exposes the arm. So the second train of thought on this one is that if I have my foot up, by default my weight's on my back knee. There's zero weight on my partner. So he can hip escape, move, he can do whatever he wants to do. Where if I kind of go here, my weight's on my partner, which means that this is a really easy mechanic to do. So once we're here, I want to make sure I'm up nice and high. Here, pin the arm. What I like to do from here is like to make sure if I'm going to it, I don't pull the arm to me, I go to the arm. So when I sit, the arm's coming with me. Versus what we call a strength battle, which will be here, and I sit, I'm now trying to pull the arm to me. This is, you can, but you're giving him the opportunity to defend himself. So, mount, and one. Okay, so put your weight on your partner, left knee, right foot, flick, here, crunch. 1, 2, 3. Nice and slow, guys. Just grab someone your own size. This is better. Yes, Steve.
Is there a difference on the arm that you scoop the arm of your
There is,
radiator?
but there isn't. Like if I scoop this way, it enables me to hold the leg, but it allows my partner to sit up. If I scoop this way, I can stop my partner from sitting up, but he can move his legs. If I'm with someone my own size, this way. If I'm with someone bigger than me, this way. Because if they're bigger than me, they're going to sit up. So I'm like, nope, I get the legs. So you try and sit up. I've lifted your legs up, so it's harder to sit up. It does, but it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Try both. Like you might find that sometimes it's easier to one or the other. I find it's the body shape and size that will dictate the grips that I have. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So again, let me get you up here and some of the guards. Just come around the front a little bit more. Good job. Okay, inside my full guard. So from here, same thing again. But what happens is I overcommit a little bit, or my partner loses their balance, or they're trying something different. It's the same deal again as Ompa, pull the arm from here. And what happens is my partner, right, is they try and come up onto either their foot to stop me from sweeping them, which is the most common, you know what I mean, so from here. So what I'm going to do from here, and look, you know, just the question is, what happens if I come up on the other foot? I will do that, but we're not going to do that right now. So we're going to do, so he's trying to stop me from taking it this way, right? So if you think about this, right, there's a huge space underneath his knee. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take, number one is my foot to my hand from here. So take my foot to my hand, push the head, switch. And I have a really deep arm bar because it's giving the space. The part that I need you guys to concentrate on the arm bar is this. Ian's in a really good position to stack me up. So number one is engage your hips and turn your knees. Right. So even if I turn my hips, this does control. So by engaging my hips and lifting my hips up, I've kind of put a plank underneath me, so it's harder for them to drive into me. So the same deal again, we set everything up so we're doing perfectly from here. So Ompa, transfer, catch your knee, goes man, from here. So slide your head into the valley, bring your leg up, push, the leg comes over, hook. Make sure you hook. Now, for me, this is the hard place. Engage my hips. So if Ian does drive into me, my hips are high. If my hips are low, he can drop my knee towards my chest and stack me. So I do want to engage how the hamstring curl. Secondly is this, I slowly turn my knees towards the head, but I don't move my body. Last one. Same again. Here. Ompa, do everything right. Pull, get hold, comes up, so I need to make sure I've got the tension. Number one, walk your head under as deep as you can. Right leg, push, left leg, hook. Hook, so make sure this hooks. Turn my knees. Make sure my hips are dumping nice again. One, two, three. Tell me your own size, guys. Good job.